I had no idea the British press was so bigoted.
This one's wife. They've done it again. Maximum barrel scrape. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor, and I'm going to furnish you with another example of just how useless this one's wife is, and also how desperate she has become. This one's wife was recently accused by 12 people of being a bully, a dictator in high heels, a woman that doesn't listen, that regularly changes her mind, doesn't take advice, creates a toxic working environment, and makes grown men be reduced to tears. A slamming indictment of the Duchess of Delusion, and one which of course is at odds with her own view of herself. As a mid-range narcissist, she will know that she has upset people. She is not that blinded to her behaviour in the way that, say, a lesser narcissist would be. However, her narcissism tells her that what she does is justified, that it's appropriate, that that person needed telling, they were performing subpar, that person didn't do it quick enough, therefore they had to be scolded. That individual didn't do it the way that she'd already described, and therefore they're incompetent, and that has to be brought to their attention. Of course, many of these responses from this one's wife are a result of what she perceives as threats to her control, not doing something immediately, not knowing telepathically what she requires, not providing something within the time frame that she required it, i.e. yesterday. Anybody else would look at her responses and think that they would be disproportionate and inappropriate given the stipulations that she has expressed. In some instances, they'll see that she has changed her mind, leaving people confused as to what they ought to do. But from her perspective, everything that she does is appropriate, and where people don't do what she requires, that is a subconscious threat to control, which means she's perfectly entitled to shout at them, belittle them, invalidate them. She doesn't see it that way. She simply sees it as setting them straight, that she's giving them guidance, that it's constructive criticism. But it's all a form of manipulation. The fact is that because 12 people have come forward and basically said that she's a shitty boss, this is problematic, as it blows a huge hole in her facade. She thinks of herself as a caring, wonderful boss, and if you say anything to the contrary, you're wrong. The fact that it appeared in the Hollywood Reporter is problematic because it's the industry Bible, and as I've explained previously, has denied certain defences that she would ordinarily trot out. So what has she done by way of response? Well, she ponied up at the Alliance for Children's Rights, trying to make it seem like she was a kind person, gurning away from the camera and engaging in some unnatural hugging. She then ensured that she was centre of the seat in a Range Rover so that she could be photographed from backgrid leaving a party, making it seem like she was popular. She has attempted to tell people how they should be dealing with their voting in order to deflect from this poor publicity and to ensure that she's spoken about in revered tones as the patron saint of voting. But also, she's engaged in another attempt to deflect from this bad news with something that she's done before, which is so pathetic, which is so cringe, which is so see-through. It really demonstrates how she is at maximum barrel scraping capacity. It appeared, of course, courtesy of Newsweek. This time it wasn't Royston, it was Crawford Smith, that reports as follows. The moment Prince Harry made a romantic gesture to his wife, this one's wife, okay. Has he done something lovely and romantic for her just recently that has been picked up, funnily enough, by the cameras, and now Newsweek are going to tell us all about it to demonstrate that he isn't bored, he doesn't want to return to his mates, he hasn't cheesed off with California, he absolutely loves and adores her. Well, apparently it comes from their first official overseas trip as a married couple. So from 2018, bringing up the past from something 6 years ago. But it's gone viral, apparently, after footage captured in the weeks after their 2018 royal wedding has resurfaced on social media site TikTok. Can you believe the uselessness of this one's wife? That the desperation factor as I predicted in yesterday's video about her getting all the more desperate, is such that they've trotted this out again, which is claim that something's gone viral on TikTok when actually it hasn't, relating to something that happened years ago in a desperate attempt to assert control now by bringing up the past. Harry and this one's wife met in London during the summer of 2016, in case you'd forgotten, and announced their engagement in November the following year, again in case you'd forgotten. The couple were married at St George's Chapel in Windsor Castle on May the 19th, 2018, in case you'd forgotten, and began life as working members of the royal family under the titles of Duke and Duchess of Sussex, a case you had forgotten. After nearly 2 years, Harry and this one's wife split from the monarchy, in case you'd forgotten, citing issues with the British tabloid media, members of the royal household, and royal family as contributing factors to their decision, i.e., it's not our fault, it's everybody else's fault. The couple moved to the United States, in case you've forgotten, where they live in Monte Shitshow, California, in case you've forgotten, with their 2 children, Archie and Lilibet, in case you'd forgotten. Prior to their royal split, Harry and this one's wife undertook regular engagements on behalf of the monarchy, Queen Elizabeth II and the British government, including overseas tours, in case you'd forgotten. Uploaded to TikTok by user Meghan Markle, on September the 16th, footage from the couple's first joint visit of this nature to the Republic of Ireland has been viewed over 130,000 times on the platform so far. Well, that's not really going viral by today's standards. It's not getting millions of views. For instance, I think, was it that gentleman's video at Hever Castle, where he's using Generation Z language about touching some grass and giving me life and all that kind of malarkey. It's got 1.3 million views and counting. So 10 times that of which the footage about this one's wife and the Prince of Pink Pancakes has, arising from something that happened years ago. But of course, Newsweek are instructed to milk it for all it's worth by telling us the video shows the moment Harry retrieves a posy of flowers intended for his wife from a member of the public during a walkabout in the city of Dublin. The prince was caught on camera by members of the media covering the engagement, walking over to his wife and touchingly offering her the flowers. Oh, how lovely. She thanked him with an affectionate smile, benign manipulation, before wanting to know who brought them so she could thank them. Captioned, "They are so high school," the video has received in excess of 14,000 likes and numerous comments so far, many of which have praised the royal couple and their loving dynamic. "He is so sweet," wrote one TikTok fan of Harry. "I would have fainted, OMG," posted another, with a further comment reading, "That was smooth." The couple's visit to Ireland in July 2018 was spotlighted this month when an image captured from their time in Dublin was used by the royal family's official social media accounts to wish Harry a happy 40th birthday. The prince celebrated his milestone privately with this one's wife after she said, "You're not getting a fucking party. I can't be bothered to make any jam donuts. I've run out of jam, sending it to people who've ignored me." Thus, this is the level of desperation that a video that hasn't been watched that much in the scheme of things about an event that happened some 6 years ago has been resurrected. That's how desperate this one's wife is to be liked. That's how desperate this one's wife is to deflect from the bad news of the Hollywood Reporter. A response typical of a mid-range narcissist, but demonstrative of the fact that she really doesn't have much in the armoury anymore to what she can turn to try and demonstrate that she is the wonderful person that she believes herself to be. And instead, we get to laugh at the ridiculousness of this inept mid-range narcissist and her flunky husband. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.